To process all of our emails, we will be using PHP Mailer, which we can download from one of the websites. If we go to our browser, go to Google and type in PHP Mailer, the first link you're gonna get is phpmailer.worksware.com. If we click on this one, now at the top you have downloads. We're going to be downloading PHP Mailer for PHP 5 and 6. So if we click on this link, if you scroll down, you have the files, all of the files actually here. So if you click on the PHP Mailer version, whichever version is currently available, at the time of this recording we've got version 5.1, and we're going to be downloading the zip version. So if we click on this one and save the file to your hard drive, now the file has been downloaded, we can unzip it. Look at the file. Obviously we've got the license here, which you should have read, and all sorts of different things. So we need to copy this PHP mailer and put it inside of our site root. So if we go back, open the browser, inside of the classes is where we're going to put in this. So if I drag and drop it, you can see we've got it here now, which is all fine. Now I'm going to remove actually let's leave the name of the folder untouched. We're going to remove, rename the main file with the class, because it's got class.phpmailer. But if you open this class, this file, you'll see that the name of the class is simply PHP Mailer. So this is what we're going to rename this file to. So it's going to be phpmailer.php, and this is how we're going to be calling this. Obviously, you can remove this test folder, examples, license, and README. I mean, perhaps you would like to leave the license, but all these files are completely unnecessary here, obviously. All we're going to be using is basically these three files, PHP Mailer, SMTP, and POP. I'm going to leave it for now, and obviously language, I think, is also required here, so let's leave it. Now, if we go back to our if we create a new file inside of our classes folder called email.php, and first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to require once this PHP mailer file, because it's not going to be automatically called unless we change the name of this folder to something different, and then we would call this file as well. There's too much hassle, so let's simply require once to make sure that this file is available to us inside of this specific email class. We're going to use require once PHP mailer underscore version. Mine is 5.1 / PHP mailer.php. Now I know that this file is definitely included in this page, or other class. So after this require once, we're going to start class email. It doesn't extend anything, it's just a standalone class. Okay, now we're going to create a private property, object mailer, and we start with the constructor. Let's go up a little bit. So I have public function construct. First of all, what we're going to do is going to be this object mailer equals new PHP mailer. So basically we instantiated our PHP mailer class here and assigned this to our property. Okay, now if we just copy this, because we're going to be using this quite a lot now, PHP mailer is SMTP, which means we will be sending this specific method, tells the PHP mailer class that we're going to be sending email using SMTP. Next thing will be this object mailer. We're going to use SMTP authentication, and we want to set it to true, so that SMTP uses authentication, unless obviously your SMTP doesn't require this. You need to check with your email provider. Then we have this object mailer SMTP keep alive. We'll set to true as well to make sure that the connection isn't closed after every single mail has been sent. Then we have object mailer again, host. And now, obviously, settings for host, you have to make sure they use the right ones. You have to check again with your service provider what's your SMTP settings for your specific email address. For now, I'm just going to use some dummy ones, which would be SMTP. Let's say, let's use gmail.com for now. And then we have port, which I'm going to put standard one is 25. Then we have object mailer username, and I'm just going to put some dummy email address at gmail.com. Okay, I'm going to close the browser here. Okay, mailer. This time we have a password. I'm just going to put password. As I'm saying, you have to obviously get all this information from your from whoever's hosting your email address and put the relevant ones here. So we have password. Then we use set from method, which is inside of our PHP mailer class. And first parameter will be email address, which will be displayed in a from field, and second one will be the name, which will be displayed in a form field. Let's say Sebastian Soliński for this specific purpose. Okay. Next thing, object mailer. We're going to have add reply to, and exactly the same thing, where you have email address and who you want to reply to, basically the name of the business, your name, or whatever else you might think of. So that's our email class constructor. We've downloaded our PHP mailer, which is included here. Let's move to the next video and let's start building the remaining methods inside of the email class.